This is Mel Rights Activist Podcast, episode 118. We focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a managed point of view. First of all, I want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, we finished voting, but the election isn't over.
Man, I was up all night stressing. It's like my period was late.
Powell steps up for Kobe.
Let's just hope he's not stepping up into the house.
Ooh. Mel B wants more money from Eddie, and a man can't figure out how to get his wife to stop spending. He's been keeping a secret from her. What's going on? Find out all that and more right now. This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're saving relationships one listener at a time. You know we got to talk about this election, Kamal.
Yeah.
We do. But first, you had a birthday, dog. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did your birthday get kidnapped by your son again?
Yeah. Well,
of course.
Yeah, of course. The beginning part, they made me breakfast or brunch.
Who's they?
The family.
Both your wives?
Nah.
Concubines?
Nah.
Just your main wife?
Yeah, just the main wife.
Yeah, starter.
So she, they made me brunch and stuff like that, and
love that.
Gave me my gifts, and yeah.
How'd you do on the gifts? It's a long pause. Come on, I know we ain't got no goddamn tape delay. That's a long. You got to sing it. This is something wrong with the connection.
I got some.
I didn't ask you what you did. I don't want to know what you got. How'd you do, nigga? Because once we get a certain age, the gifts turn to bull. I know you didn't get a PS5. I know that. I know you didn't get blessed like that.
No, I don't want to play.
But how'd
PS5.
you do?
I got some thoughtful gifts, man.
Okay, cool.
I got some real thoughtful gifts.
That's some political bullshit, though.
Gifts that I can use. Gifts that I can use.
How'd they do, dog? 1 to 10. How'd they do?
They did about a 7.
Okay, cool. All right. Base hit.
They did. Oh, definitely.
Base hit, double, triple, home run. How'd they do? Or bunt? Did they lay down a bunt for you?
I said double.
Hey, that's great, bro.
Yeah, I got a double.
That's stand-up double or slide in for double? All right, I'm sorry. Waste of time.
A slide in, error, overthrow.
Through the legs. You got the second. That's all that matters, come on. You got the second.
I got the second.
Take off your batting gloves and let's go.
Yes, sir.
Clap it up. Let's get ready. Let's get a rally going, man. Go Dodgers, by the way, world champs. Yankees, not so much. Okay, so anyways,
I got a new blue Yankee.
You got I got a new blue Dodger, homeboy. And they're just a little bit different. We ain't caught up to you on range yet, but we're on our way. So, man, I'm glad you had a good birthday, man. I had a death in the family, man. We've been blessed, man. We have not had one in a long time. I've been having them nervous feelings like, man, every once in a while I think, just like you had that feeling about your student, I had that feeling a few days before, just like, man, I hope nothing goes. Hope we're not about to lose somebody, because I just got this eerie feeling. And we did. We lost somebody. I got to shout out my cousin, man, James, I almost called him Evans. James Evans, because my cousin who he married is Evans. So James Evans, of course, good times. But anyway, James Lindsay Sr., man, the father of Big Game James, the father of Tamika and Jackie, has passed away, man, and it's still weird to say. So rest in peace, man. We're gonna
rest in peace, man.
Yeah, we're going to wish him a final goodbye this Saturday. So rest in peace, my brother, man. But now that we're on a somber note, man, how about that election, Kamal?
Man, I went to bed like 3:00, man.
Of course.
And
just watching nothing.
Yeah, watching nothing, man. And then I really couldn't go to sleep, and then turned around and woke up, popped up like at 6. Like, any news?
Any news?
Yeah, it's
we got
rough,
Michigan.
Man. It's rough. Well, Biden's leading in Michigan. He's leading in Wisconsin, and he's keeping his lead in Nevada. If he keeps those 3, he's the next president. If any of those change, Trump got it. Yeah. Trump got it.
A lot closer than people expected, Kamal.
Definitely, man. And the thing about it is, this is so amazing how I thought that, even if the Electoral College was like close again, I thought that Biden would run away with the popular vote.
But that's the problem, Kamal. The problem is, and I'm going on the Dems like I love to, and I voted Democrat, so get off my back. But the Democrats are in the shaming culture. And they shame you so hard. And ladies, you do this sometimes too. A lot of times. So this is why this is important. You shame people like, you don't feel that way, do you? And then guy just says, no, of course not. You can't even be a Trump supporter right now without getting absolutely canceled. So when you ask somebody who you voted for when they come out the polls or who you going to vote for, a lot of people are lying to you because they don't want to be shamed. They don't want to be Lil Wayne, Ice Cubed, and blah. And Ice Cube's not voting for Trump, but I'm just saying they don't want to be put in that bag. So you don't get the truth when you try to punk him to be who you want him to be. More people are Trump supporters than they want to admit. Go ahead, Kamal.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, man. I don't get it. You know, we're doing this thing remotely because of like the mishandling of this pandemic. Mm-hmm. You know, my kid is at the lunch table. I mean, at the dining room table doing this work with me because of the mishandling of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people are about to lose their health care because of Donald Trump and his administration is suing the, taking the Affordable Care Act to the Supreme Court. Mm-hmm. You know, I just don't understand it. How he's making people's lives worse. Mm-hmm. And he seems like he's gotten more. Well, yeah.
Here's the thing.
I'm saying the people who are actually deciding.
Here's my thing. My thing is to balance it out. And this is the thing that hurts my feelings about it, man. Race is so important to us. And it hurts my feelings when it doesn't seem to be that important to other people. They're more concerned with his tax plan, his this, his that, his fiscal, his that. And I'm like, why isn't race as important to you as it is to me? And it just isn't.
Well, plus, also, when you say racism is important, you know, you have a lot of black people who voted for Trump, probably definitely more this time, right? And so...
Oh, I don't know about that, if it's more, but if it is, it is. But what I'm saying is, it's because in their mind, yeah, we know he's that. But he also gives us this. Now, I don't know what he gives them, but he gives them something.
Well, he beats his chest and says, this is what I gave you. And it's like a lot of it's not true or accurate, but he says it a lot. And
but he's got to give him something come out. I mean, I'm really not going to just say he's getting it because he's got these people believing that. He's got to – I just want to be able to say,
well, I say
Trump does these three things well.
I say the tax cuts mostly went to like the wealthy.
Okay.
Right? But the poor people still vote for him for those tax cuts.
Conservative. It's got to be the conservative thing because he's going to deliver with that.
Yeah. So it's not that. It's not the tax cuts because they didn't really see anything, and because of the pandemic,
so it's got to be
because of the pandemic. A lot of them lost their jobs. Well,
it could be the fear of getting their taxes raised because Democrats are associated with taxes being raised because they got all these promises.
Again, my man,
free kindergarten, free this, free that. That's taxes.
Well, yeah, Trump said. I mean, Biden said if you're making under $400,000, you don't have to worry about that. $400,000, you don't have to worry about that. And then Trump, I've seen like his ads. Joe Biden's lying. He's going to raise your taxes. Oh, okay, he's lying. Well, geez, man. So that's your rallying cry. Oh, he's lying. He's actually going to raise your taxes. Like basically a mind reader. Not like he told a lie.
Yes.
He's getting ready to lie.
But that conservative thing come out. That conservative thing has got to help him.
Yeah,
because a lot of conservatives are like, I don't care about the racism thing. I've been living with racism all my life. Personally, I'm not. I vote more on race than Roe versus Wade. I care more about race relations than I care about that other shit. That doesn't affect me.
Yeah,
so they're doing what I'm doing. I care more about racial relations. I care more about Kamala in there than I care about what the fuck they care about. The Christians, the conservative Christians are like, man, we're tired of abortion. We want to get rid of that shit. The super conservatives.
Yeah, and the thing about the super conservatives are they're just louder. They're actually a minority in this country, but they're louder. Mm-hmm. And you know, they say, man, the president has the bully pulpit, and you know, he's able to, you know, everything he says is going to be televised. Mm-hmm. And we know about Trump is he's a bragger. This one lady who he freed like a hostage, you know, he met her at the White House, and she's supporting Biden because she said that he leaned over and says, you know, you're free because of me. Obama could never do this. And she was like, what the fuck? and now she's voting for Biden because it's like, dude, I was like traumatized and said, instead of asking him, "Am I all right?" or just having some type of empathy for my ordeal, he's like, yeah, you know, it's me who did that. Obama didn't do it. And so it's like he's strictly just scoring points. He's just doing tally marks. And so I don't understand how when a country's going through a pandemic, when over 200 and something thousand people have died and over 1,000 or about 1,000 people are dying every day, how could you want this man who lacks total empathy for any of that and has pretty much said it ain't my fault and I have no plan to stop it?
Because whatever the other thing to them had to be more important come out. We'll talk about this more in future episodes when we absolutely know who won or lost. So we come back, we have some feedback, and after that we have a post-nut mode story from a guy who hooked up with the prettiest girl he ever saw. Was it worth it? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, Hobie.
Do we now?
Yeah, man. This is from Deneen in Columbus. She was the Dear Irby writer from episode 116. She was the woman that had the perfect date and wondered if it was too good to be true. She said, "Thank you, boys. I think you were right. So far, me and my guy are still happy, but that part Kamal said about his wife being the perfect fit at first," I think it was Kamal, sorry, "it really resonated with me. So I would take it one day at a time, but so far, so good. Thank you for reading my letter. You made a girl feel loved." And then she gave like the hearts with the eyes in it, whatever. Just whatever. Yeah. Happy girly shit. Kamal, that was you that said that, right?
Yeah, man, and it was my ex-wife.
Oh,
it was my ex-wife. So,
Deneen, get it right now.
Yeah, Deneen.
He's still with his new wife.
Yeah,
he's
man.
Still with the second draft.
Yeah, I'm happy, man. Hey, guess what, dude? On these feedbacks, when they write back, my batting average is pretty high. Not to toot my own horn, man.
You shouldn't have to blow your own horn.
My success rate is pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Just gonna say my success rate when they hit us back is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good point, man. When we come back, we have a post-nut mode story from a guy who hooked up with the prettiest girl he ever saw. Was it worth it? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener Big Easy Q told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That's dearirby@themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story only on the MRA Podcast. Here we go. This one is from Justin in Parkersburg, West Virginia. It says, I took this class to be a hookup artist and it worked. One of the things they encourage us to do is practice getting rejected by girls out of your league. That would be tough for me. Come on, how about you?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't do that.
The funny thing was that once I was trying to get rejected, these girls started saying yes. There's one girl in particular made me work for it, though. She was the prettiest girl I ever saw, I swear. Amazing face, pretty hair, great teeth, athletic, and outgoing. I was so excited. I wanted to hook up, but first she said I had to hang out with her. I'm not the outdoorsy type. Oh, shit. But she was, and since I wanted her, I pretended to be. She had me going white water rafting, and I hate water. Eesh. She took me skydiving, and I'm afraid of heights, let alone planes. She even had me cliff diving. Oh my gosh, there's no way. Before she gave me some. When she finally gave it to me, I was so disappointed. Oh no. She just laid there. Ugh, they call that a pillow princess. It was like making love to a dead body. Ugh. She was so pretty, but it wasn't even worth it. That's Justin in Parkersburg, West Virginia. Come on, where did Justin go wrong?
Jumping out of an airplane.
He went too far.
I was reading this like, wait, what? No.
Dude, the lengths.
The lengths he went. That's the thing ladies don't understand, man. We do some crazy shit. And this is why this segment is so important, just so they can see the lengths that we go just to score.
Just to score.
He wasn't trying to marry, so he just wanted the hookup. He just wanted a couple of roll arounds in the hay or whatever.
Yeah, man.
That's all the man wanted. She had this man jumping off of cliffs in the water where rocks are and stuff like that. And he did it.
Yeah. See, this is what bothers me, Kamal. Like he said, he didn't want to do any of these things. He played himself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to do any of these things. He just wanted to hit it. I had to hang out with her. I'm not the outdoorsy type. Come on, dog. Then why you doing it? It's like I wish now that he's in post-nut mode, I bet you I bet he would tell himself, hey, man, it's not that serious. But at the time, man, we feel like it's that serious. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely. We're not even thinking about, he's not thinking about anything negative. Like, this might be bad. This might go wrong. You're not thinking about that. The only thing is the positive. That's the only thing. We have tunnel vision. We have blinders on. The only thing we can see. We don't see the cliff coming up. We just see the road, and the road, like the carrot dangling in front of us.
Whitewater rafting, all these things I'm never doing come out, by the way.
No.
I'm not doing it. Now, if I was 16 and I wanted some ass, I probably would do some stupid shit like that.
I've done some stupid shit. I've done some very dangerous, stupid shit. I changed the battery cable once, right?
What is that? In a car?
Yeah, not dangerous at all. But it was on a jacked up a car, and I was underneath the car on one jack, not like two jacks, and it was like no mechanic did it. It was we jacked up the car, and I was underneath the car putting a battery cable on, and didn't realize it till like a dude walked by. We were in the parking lot of like AutoZone. He was like, "Say, bro, I'm just a little worried about you being under that car like that, man." And I was like, "Man, what the fuck am I doing?"
Hilarious, dude.
If there's like an earthquake, I am dead. If we didn't put this jack on correctly, I am dead. Over the potential
for some. Man, that's hilarious, man. When we come back, Mel B wants more money from Eddie, and later in the show, Megan Fox went in on Brian Austin Green. What did she say? You got to wait and see. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey man, you know, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Mel B is asking Eddie Murphy for more dough. She's taking him to court. Okay, so Kamal, she took him to court back in January to ask for more money. Her money started getting low, and she wanted more money from Eddie Murphy, who has been ordered to pay $25,000 for one child a month. Now, according to her lawyers, they've been trying to get Eddie Murphy to pay, and they said he has not held up his end of the bargain. Now, I don't know what that means specifically. I'm not sure if that means he hasn't been paying the $25K, and now they just want to pay the $25K, because it sounds like they want him to pay more money because her money's getting low. The problem I'm having with that is, how is that my problem? First of all, $25,000 a month for a child is ridiculous, Kamal. Like, what costs that money? It is not my job. Come out, they were only together for 9 months, my dude.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, man, we know Eddie got about 12 kids or some shit like that. Eddie don't strap 10. It up. 10, yeah.
Hey, man, he likes to let him swim.
Yeah, he lets it fly. So my thing about this is, like you see, her career is taking a downturn. So she wants more money. $25,000 a month sounds like a lot of money, but if you add it all up per year, it's only $300,000.
Only?
Well, for child support, for a man probably worth half a billion dollars. So
that's a doctor, dog. That's a doctor's salary.
No. I get that, but some of these other these payments we've been talking about recently. Now he got locked in the 2009 rate. Some of these we hear about now they're really astronomical, and so Eddie's is reasonable. So I think that basically, man, when she was
hold up, man. I just need a second. You just said $25,000 a month is reasonable
compared to what we hear about. Compared to what we hear about, no,
still gotta catch my breath, bro. Still gotta catch my breath.
Yeah, man, we dealing with regular dude bank accounts, but Eddie and them ain't.
Yes. Okay.
So this is nothing. And so here's the thing, man. When Mel B, after she linked up with Eddie, she had the kid, man, her career took was on the upswing. She was a host of like America's Got Talent and all this stuff. She was on Broadway doing like Chicago, and I think she did like a Spice Girls reunion tour. She was living it up. But now that's and I'm thinking while she was reliving this career surge, she probably started spending more money as well.
That's what happens every time.
Right.
I book a major commercial. I tell myself I won't do it, but it's hard when that money keeps coming in, come out, because it is hard to convince yourself that money's not forever.
Right. And so now that the money's drying up, she's thinking like, what else can I do? Eddie. A 13-year-old doesn't need more than $300,000 a year.
A 13-year-old doesn't need $300,000 a year.
Yeah, doesn't need anything.
Doesn't even need that.
Doesn't need that, but definitely doesn't need more.
But doesn't even need that. Kamal,
Right.
If we just itemize what this 13-year-old is going to do, there's no way in hell it's $300,000 a year.
Right.
There's no way in hell.
This child support money will be going towards Mel B's mortgage.
And that's the bullshit.
Right.
Fuck that shit. No, you got to match it.
If I was
Ed, match it.
If I was Ed, man, I would nip this in the bud and like, hey, she can come stay with me.
Send her to America. She'll be coming to America Part 3.
Yeah, just
my daughter's going from the UK to LA. Yeah, ain't no way in hell.
We cut all that and we can cut that by 90%. She can come stay with me.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put her in the best schools.
Yeah,
she gonna eat what I eat. She gonna stay where I stay. That palace is probably paid off. There's no way in HE double hockey sticks, Kamal, that he's going to spend $300,000 a year if she lives with him. There's no way, Kamal.
No.
Oof. When we come back, Brad Pitt's girlfriend is back with her husband. Yes, you heard that right. We'll explain it. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
Why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Kamal, remember when we talked about Brad Pitt's lady? Mm-hmm. We talked about the fact that they went to the castle that he owns with Angelina Jolie right around the time of their anniversary. And I was trying to find out, why would Brad Pitt do something like that?
I thought he was out of pocket. I thought he was a little out of pocket.
You thought he was out of pocket. I thought he was out of pocket too. But then we realized, him and Angelina been beefing. Like, we talked about this off the air when sometimes the ladies will block the kids. Brad Pitt's mama had an 80th birthday celebration, and the kids were not allowed to be there. Yeah. Little stuff like that. That was right around the time. So all I'm saying is,
tit for tat.
They've been going tit for tat, my dude. You can imagine if Brad did that out of spite. I can understand how furious. You already told me how furious you are when somebody tries to block you from your kids.
Ooh, flames.
Come on. And Brad Pitt's mama is really conservative, and so she never really was down with Angelina. So if somebody don't like a woman or a man, that person usually don't like that other person back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Brad Pitt's mama never approved of Angelina because she was too Angelina. You can imagine the beef. So anyway, shots fired. But now we found out Brad Pitt's girlfriend is straight up married, my dude. I did not know that. And so it's like, oh, and now, shouts out to Brad Pitt's girlfriend's husband. I think this is his 4th marriage, Kamal.
Mm-hmm.
And he got him, he's like 60, whatever. And she's a young whippersnapper. He's 68, she's 27. And when they ask him about it, he's like, yeah, he knows what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure Brad Pitt met this woman at his restaurant. He owns 4 of them. One of them is a celebrity hotspot over there in Europe. So, man, I got respect for the dude if he could really handle it. Now, if he's crying and suicidal and just, thinking about jumping off the cliff and not for some ass, but for some to end his life, then I feel horrible for him. But if he can get on board knowing, hey, man, that's my wife, she having fun, and I'm with it, then, hey, man, more power to you, dog. How you feel about the situation, bro?
I could never, endorse a situation like this, man, myself.
Of course you cannot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But let's say I get of age and, I'm no longer with my wife for whatever reason, some tragic thing, and I get a young whippersnapper myself. And I know she's probably only with me because I got dough, but she's down with the situation.
What's the situation?
Like, basically, I provide for her. I let her go shopping and let her go jet setting and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, if she wants to link up with some guy her age, who Brad Pitt is not, by the way.
But he's younger.
Yeah, but some dude her age, I guess I wouldn't have a problem with it as long as he didn't interfere with my happiness. See, the thing about it is, the way I look at this one, she was with Brad Pitt for like some months. So this guy had a lot of lonely nights, unless he had some understanding where he had chicks as well, and they just get together.
I would.
Yeah, and they just get together when they see each other. It's all magic.
If you're pressuring somebody, and ladies, y'all love to do the pressuring, unless you're getting pressured. You hate it when you're getting pressured, but you don't mind pushing and pushing. Did you see the video? This is not on the rundown. That your wife sent me.
I was about to ask you that right when you said it. Like, hey, did you see that video about that married couple?
That dude, I was so disgusted, Kamal.
Why so?
Can you explain it right quick?
Okay, so I guess this is married couple. I don't know if they have a podcast together, but they were.
Yeah, they look like they're somebody. She's definitely gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's young and confident. I don't know if they're famous, but I wouldn't be shocked. But so go ahead.
They were recording, I don't know, a podcast or some type of radio show, and so I guess this particular topic, the guy wanted to know why women, and his wife in particular, would pressure a man into getting married and cutting off all other chicks.
Mm-hmm.
When they're really not into sex that much. So I'm gonna stop you from having sex with other people.
Yep.
But I'm really not into sex, and I put the pressure on you to marry, like the ultimatum to marry me.
She said? I didn't put pressure on you.
Right.
Motherfucker, please. He was like, are you kidding me right now? You didn't put pressure on me? I just said, I didn't put pressure on you. I just said what I wanted. Like, okay. Do you not understand the definition of pressure?
Right.
How many did you keep bringing it up? Did you give him an ultimatum? Did you tell him you were leaving if you couldn't get
that's the thing about it. Yeah, you didn't have to do it, but I was gonna lose you. You didn't have to. It's like honestly,
let me go.
Yeah. And see, when I hear shit like that, man, it's really hard for me to believe that there was love involved. Like,
what do you mean?
Well, here's the thing, man. If you're saying, I give you an ultimatum, but you don't have to agree to it. But if you don't, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like, do you love me, or you want this arrangement? Which one? You're good with losing me because you don't get the arrangement you want. So you love the arrangement, or the idea of the arrangement, more than you love me.
Facts. But they can both use that same logic. Because she can say, you love being single, unmarried more than you love me. Anytime somebody says, if you don't do this, you don't really love me, that's a leverage game.
No, I don't even think I would say it. I'm just saying it makes me question it. Like, I wonder I wonder any of those ultimatum weddings or marriages, how do they last? I wonder. Like,
depends.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends, because honestly, man, you know what it's like to be leveraged, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to last, because the truth is, he wasn't. I hate the double negatives. He wasn't avoiding marriage because he didn't love her. He just knew that he instinctually knew it was a bad deal for men. And And I know women are like, what is the bad? Yes, it is. Just be honest. Well, if it's a typical man that has a high, go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna dispute anything you were gonna say. I was just gonna add the fact that he married this young lady, and I believe they were happy. But then I guess during the marriage, it was discovered that she's not into sex as much as he is.
Of course not.
And so then it's like, well, why the hell did you cut me off from getting as much sex as possible?
Because she wanted what she wanted come out. She didn't care about his needs being met. She only cared about hers. Because if she really cared about his needs being met, then they would work out an arrangement for letting somebody else do that job that she doesn't want to do. But she's afraid to let somebody else do that job. And then they'll come back and say, do you want somebody else hitting that? Well, that's not he's willing to hit it as much as she wants. So don't use that.
Yeah.
You can only use that if he's willing to do his job. She's not willing to do hers.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind.
She can't.
I don't mind. I don't mind if my wife got somebody to like paint the house and shit like that.
Do the things you don't want to do.
Hey,
but that's the part they don't realize.
I can paint this room. What the fuck is this nigga doing here? Like, nah, man.
Not only do they not want to do the job, they don't want anybody else to do the job because of their fears and don't understand how somehow trying to make that our fault. And that was my frustration because you know what she did? She did the same thing I've heard so many times. I didn't know. Well, you know now, motherfucker. I didn't know that the kids and the this would wear me out. Like, dude, do some research. You was the one that was pushing for it. And maybe he should have done some research as well. Because in hindsight, I would tell him, oh, man, you had to know. Just like my dude earlier who was in the post-nut mode story. He was with the Pillow Princess. I don't know what it is about them super fine women. But they don't need to have their sex game tight. You just never, you watch enough porn, dude. It ain't never the Barbie dolls. They have like I forget the category, but there's a category for the really, really, really pretty girls. They're never as good as the regular. Never. And I mean never. When we come back, Megan Fox went in on Brian Austin Green. Oh, this one hurt me. And later in the show, a Dear Irby writer has a secret he's been keeping from his wife. Ooh, is it time to come clean? You'll find out. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, I know you're going to have a lot to say about this one. Brian Austin Green, we've been riding with this guy ever since Megan Fox dumped him for Machine Gun Kelly. I know. I was so disappointed. We love Brian Austin Green. He was in Beverly Hills 90210. He was living it up. His character was so cool. He's a dad. He's relatable. A lot more relatable. He's a celebrity, but he's cool. He's fun.
Right.
He posted a pic on Halloween, and in the pic, it's just him and his son. Brian Austin Green is the star of the pic. He's in some Yeti costume, and his son is just off to the side, and he's saying, hey, man, hope you all have a happy Halloween. You think that was no big deal, right? Megan read this man the riot act. She quoted. First of all, she put the son's name, which I'm like, come on. If we're trying to hide, if we don't like the son in the pic, why are we putting the son's name? I'm not going to say the son's name. She said, why does son's name have to be in this picture? It's not hard to crop them out. And that confused me. Then I realized, we're doing the gender neutral thing.
Oh.
Or choose, huh?
Oh. I missed that. I thought she meant like it's not hard to crop like kids out.
No. Because she only mentioned one kid.
Okay.
Or choose photos that they aren't in. I had a great Halloween with them yesterday, and yet notice how they are absent from my social media. Maybe she's saying there's more than one kid because they probably have more than one kid.
No, I think you're right, but maybe, I don't know.
Because she goes on to say, I know you love your kids, plural.
Okay.
I don't know why you can't stop using them to posture via Instagram. You're so intoxicated with feeding the pervasive narrative. Man, they get so condescending when they start using the big words. By feeding the pervasive narrative that I'm an absent mother. How did you make this about you? And you are the perennial, eternally dedicated dad of the year. You have them half the time. Congratulations. You're truly a remarkable human. Ooh, oh, there's more. Why do you need the internet to echo back to you what should be inexhaustibly evident in the way your children love you? Just the big words alone is so condescending. It's so frustrating.
I don't know their custody situation, but if he's weekend dad, that might equate to fun dad.
He's definitely fun dad.
And I can see moms just don't like the fact that, you know, if they're there with the homework and the parent conferences and dad swings in, like, we're going to Six Flags and Disneyland and yay!
Yeah.
And so they're like, fuck this guy. Mm-hmm. You know, the kid should be saying yay because I made them eat broccoli last night. He comes in with like popcorn and candy, and, you know, it's basically the pleasure principle for kids. And the one who's providing the pleasure, you know, that's the man or that's the woman. So I see where she's coming from. However, Megan Fox could be fun parent. You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
never see that come out.
Yeah, you could do the fun shit. They're not fun. A lot of moms are just not fun.
You know why they're not fun, Kamau? And this is the thing, ladies, you got to work on. Steeped in fear, Kamau.
What is it?
This is why I love spending so much time alone. Because I only have to deal with my energy. I don't have to deal with your constant fear about this or that. And they will justify their worries. They got to worry about this. They got to worry about that. They're the only person. You've heard it too, I'm sure.
Oh, my God. Well, put on sunscreen. Come on, drink some water. It's always just like hovering around them. Just let the motherfucker run and be a kid.
You're constantly afraid. That's why, fellas, you cannot act. You have to be in control of your emotions, because now we got two of them running around. If you lose your shit. When you start getting scared and acting scary, now we got two scared motherfuckers walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Rein it in, fellas. You have to balance that out. Now I get it. Fun dad can be very irresponsible.
Yes.
Right?
And not even knowing about all the important shit in life like academics.
Here's the thing, though.
Doctor's appointments.
I'm fun dad. And I don't care about the doctor's appointments. I'm gonna be honest. I give a damn about the goddamn shit. Right. I don't give a fuck. But homework, we getting the homework done, and we gonna do it in a fun way.
And going back to this letter, airing him out in public, because he just posted a picture. This is some shit. And the key thing she said was this pervasive narrative that I'm an absent mother. Nah, she might feel like an absent mother. He might have said something about it, like to her. It's not. Of course. Yeah, I mean, if you're just watching that, no one's saying, where the fuck is Megan Fox at? And stuff like that. No, she must be an absent mother. No, it's something that.
Somebody's saying it.
Well, I'm saying, well, that's some internal shit that she's feeling.
Yeah, because when they see her having fun with Machine Gun Kelly, they're thinking, where the fuck are your kids? That's what they're thinking. And, you know, women have this unfair stereotype when they're doing anything without their kids. People are like, where, ain't you supposed to be with your kids right now? So when she's shooting a movie for 6 months, they'll be like, where the fuck your kids? When she's out having fun, turning up, you know, drinking and partying or whatever. I'm not saying she drinks and parties, but let's just say she's at a party. They're like, hey, where your kids at? And not realizing that she might see them 4 days a week and he sees them 3 days a week. And then the next day is 3 and 4. But the point is, we judge young, hot, fun woman for not being, and I'm going to tell you right now, young, hot, fun woman gets a lot of pressure for not being maternal enough, not being frumpy enough, not being a mom enough. Mm-hmm. There's always exceptions to the rules, but generally speaking, you notice that the people that are, you know, the maternal, the women that can sew and all that shit, they're not in no goddamn two-piece.
Well, the problem, I mean, what's happening is a lot of those women are spending so much time making sure their kids, first of all, they're probably working to put a roof over their head. Then when they get home, they have to make sure dinner's prepared, make sure homework's done, and then make sure they bathe, shower, whatever, put them to bed. And by the time everything's done, they finally stop moving. It is probably 8:30, 9 o'clock, and it's like they're just drained. So they don't want to go to the gym or get on the damn Nordic track.
Too hard.
Yeah, it's like they just want to sit back and watch The Housewives and some shit like that.
Yeah, can they watch something mindless because they just busted their ass doing everybody's job, and that's why we tip our cap to them.
And turn around and do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, and while Fun Dad is out there in the best shape of his life, six-pack, lean, never misses a jog.
He don't know about no class projects. He show up. Like, what's going on?
Why you
ready?
Why you so worried?
He show up with tickets to the movies.
Yeah. Let's have some fun, baby. Let me just say this before we move on to Pau Gasol, man. Machine Gun Kelly, I hope you're watching this. You're dealing with Fun Megan right now. I promise you with all of my heart, you will get those text messages soon. It's the same woman. I hope you hear this, dog. And fellas, let's just pretend Machine is not hip and he doesn't listen to this podcast. You're living Machine's life. You've got some woman who's always cutting up her baby daddy or ex-husband. Whatever you see her doing to him, it's coming to you. Once she becomes disillusioned with you, once it's no longer cute, that bullshit you do, you're going to get the same fire. So if you see her doing it to him, please understand your days are numbered before it comes to you. When we come back, Pau Gasol steps up for Kobe. And after that, it's Dear Irby time. A man can't figure out how to get his wife to stop spending, and he's been keeping a secret from her. Should he tell her? Kamal and I will coach him up. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. Kamal, I saw, speaking of Halloween and Instagram pics, I saw a sight that made me very happy. I saw a picture of Pau Gasol with Kobe Bryant's family. And they obviously planned this because this is probably what Kobe would have been wearing, because Kobe was like the Wizard of Oz last year or something like that. And so the fact that Pau stepped in, dog, I love it so much, man, because...
That picture made you smile?
Hell yeah. Did you hate it?
That picture made me cringe.
Oh, my God.
I was
hilarious.
Like, oh, man, I don't know. I hope he's just doing his man a solid.
And not crossing the line?
Grief. You know, the same thing would happen with the Biden boys, right? You know,
not just the Biden boys. Old girl, what's his name? We talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I don't know her name. Yeah. You know, grief can make people react, you know, a little weird. And so I hope it's not, you know, it's not that I hope it. It's just that when I saw it, I instantly thought, we got
going too far, buddy.
We got a Hunter Biden, you know, situation over here.
Let me tell you this, dog. If something happens to me, God forbid, I don't want you doing this shit. They don't get to go trick or treating that year, nigga. They just don't get to do that shit.
Right. I'm telling you,
no
man.
thanks, Kamal.
Right. I mean, just shoot my boys a text message with your number if they need the questions.
That's why I have two sons. We're good, buddy.
Yeah, shoot them a text message.
We're good. We got it here.
Yeah, like, hey, if you guys need any questions, any advice, hit me up. But yeah, I don't need you at Thanksgiving dinner, man.
They need you for emergencies only. Call Uncle Kamal. Do not have this nigga in my house
sitting in my
on
chair.
Halloween. He cannot sit in my chair. I don't give a damn. And every time he's around, I need his wife there too.
Right.
In the picture.
Right. And if
no,
mom brings him around, I need you to walk in with a picture of dad.
Yeah, dog. When we come back, man, a man can't figure out how to get his wife to stop spending, and he's been keeping a secret from her. Should he come clean? Kamal and I will coach him up. It's the MRA Podcast.
Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Let's get in this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Dear Irby, how do I get my wife to stop spending money? Came straight out with it. Every time I bring up money, she gets really upset because she grew up poor, and that is a trigger for her. But it has gotten out of hand. Our daughter already goes to private school, and now she wants to put her in a more affluent one. If you ask my wife, she wants the other school because they are rated higher. But I think she wants to keep up with the Joneses as usual. She wants to buy a new house, but our house is fine. She says I'm complacent, but if you ask me, she's never satisfied. It seems like the more I spend, the more she wants. I think I'm afraid because I lost my job right before the pandemic hit. My wife thinks I'm working from home, but in reality, I don't have my job anymore. Eesh. Luckily for me, my wife and I don't have a joint account. Another thing that helps me out is the fact that I have about 2 years savings in the bank, but I have not been able to find another job, and my wife is burning through our money. I don't know how to have this conversation with her because she gets upset anytime the subject of money comes up. What do you guys think I should do? Should I tell her I lost my job? I'm afraid she's going to leave me. Danny in Aliso Viejo, that's in California. Come on, what should he do?
Never heard of the place.
Irvine.
Okay. Danny messed up a long time ago, man.
Danny, damn.
Danny was tripping, homie. I have lost my job several times since when I've been with my girl. And I tell her, she's the first person I tell, except for that one time, man, she was 8 months pregnant.
Wow.
I think I went to your house. We had to meet with like Matt and like Dominique. I stayed there like all night. Like, oh man, I don't know what to tell her. She's 8 months pregnant. Like, she might lose her doctor that she was trying to get, you know.
She was trying to get what?
Her doctor, you know, the doctor she's been trying to get for like, you know, the whole time she was pregnant. She finally got the guy to deliver our kid.
Oh, I thought you meant doctorate.
No. Trying to get this doctor that she was trying to get.
Yeah.
She finally got him, and it's like, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to see that guy no more. I can't afford him.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. But here's the thing, man. I tell my wife immediately so we can start planning. My wife is more of a planner than I am. She's got to walk me off the ledge. Like, all right, it's gonna be okay. Here's what we got to do. And Danny, I think because your wife grew up poor, I think she might really, like, you might see her, you know, in action. You know,
not giving her a chance to shine.
Right. She's been through this before. You know, don't sell her short, man. She might like to forget where she came from, but she hasn't. It's, you know, that's a huge part of her, you know. And so a lot of people, that's the good thing about growing up poor. The positive is that, man, you know how to stretch a buck.
Yes, you do.
You know how to you know, tighten up that belt. You know how to write certain letters. You know how to get extensions on bills. You know how to get, like, you know, certain things waived. You know, there's certain things, man. You know how to get maybe a potential financial aid for your baby's school. I don't think you're utilizing all your wife's gifts, Danny. And right before the pandemic hit, man, where was that? 9 months, 8 months? Oh my gosh! Now, Danny, when she finds out, now she's gonna be pissed off at you because that's 8 months. She's been spending money like a drunken sailor. She's thinking you're going to work and like a 2 year savings that you had that's being depleted. Kyle always says, man, women want security. You're fucking with her security.
Oh, yes.
You're eating up the security, Danny. Like, man, if you would have told her from day one, she probably could have been on the job helping you find another job. You had two people trying to find you a job. Then one. Man, marriage is a team sport. You got to utilize your people, man. Speaking of like Kobe and them, man, you know, we talked about Kobe. When Kobe started trusting his teammates, man, it was championships, homie. When he was going for 80 points and 69 points, man, he was shining, but they was losing.
Man.
You know?
That's good, dog.
Right. So I would say, Danny, man, going forward, you've already messed up. I think, man, as soon as possible, man, you need to let your wife know. I don't know if you want to tell her that you lost the job back in, the pandemic.
No.
But here's the thing about it. She's going to ask questions. She's going to want to know everything because it ain't going to make sense to her. Like, wait a second. You're Danny. I see you working every day. Like, so she's going to find out. I would say, man, you might have to bite the bullet on this one. Let her know the deal and try to strategize and use her gifts. Work together. Trust that she can help because honestly, once she finds this out, maybe she's gonna cut back on some of these demands and these spending sprees because she assumed, we talked about, the Mel B situation. I'll spend this month because I know we got another one coming in a couple of weeks. She's gonna be pissed off, Danny.
When we come back, I'm gonna weigh in.
Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop.
Ooh, Kamal. In the commercial, you talk about encouraging divorce. You need to also say causing divorce because you're about to get to see it today. Listen, Kamal, you get the most compliments on your Dear Irby advice. But I don't know if you're going to get one on this one, bruh. You are wrong about this, player. Let me tell you something.
Break it down for me.
Danny, you better find a job like your life depends on it, homie. If you're making the kind of money I think you're making, there is another job out there. You spend all that time pretending you work. You need to spend all your goddamn time finding a job. There's another damn job, dog. I don't give a damn if you got to take a pay cut, bruh. You need a job. You got to be able to find a job that you don't want for less and figure out how to make up the money later. You messed up by lying to your wife, and I understand why you did. If you thought you could tell her, you would. You did not trust that you could. She may not love you for you. She may just love you for the dough, and that's something you know better than us. You cannot let her know that you lied to her. You will be either left or punished for a long time until you gain that trust back. The only way out of this is to get a better job or just a job. You need to put your foot down and make a plan for all her damn spending. Tell her she wants a house. We need to be disciplined. We need to save for a house. You want a bigger house? Because it's not your... Yeah, she's never satisfied. That's not going to change. That's like saying, he always wants to have sex. Yeah, it is what it is. You're not changing that. So you're not changing the fact that she's going to be satisfied. But you do need to put your foot down. Because I don't care how much money you have. You can't just be spending like it's crazy. So please, step 1, put your foot down, grow a pair. Step 2, get a job. And if you have to tell her the truth, plead guilty of a lesser cause. Do not let her know that you have been lying and pretending to work for 9 months. Are you crazy? That's 9 months times 30 days. Let's just say 30 days, right? What's 9 times 3? 27. That's 270 lies. You can't come back from 270 lies. You pretended to be working every day? It's not 270 because it's really 5 days a week, but you get the point. 9 times 5. 9 times 20 is 180.
Yeah.
180 lies is too many, bro. That's too damn many lies, dog. Okay, so let's get you straight. Put your foot down on the spending. Find a job your life depends on it. If worse comes to worse and you can't find a job and you still got another year of money left, you're going to have to let her know. Put it this way. You got till February. You know how much money you have. I don't know. I'm assuming you, but if she's spending too much, that must mean you made, put it this way. You know when to tell her. You better find a date. You got till this day. You do the math, figure out what she spends. Based on her current spending, how much money do you have left? Find out when you have at least 6 months left. And that's the day you got to tell her if you don't find a job. And make like you just lost your job. I'm sorry. I mean, you can't lie. You've already lied. So now you just.
But here's the thing, Kyle.
Go ahead.
If she's anything like my wife, she's not going to just take the answer. She's going to ask questions because
that's the hard part.
Right. And so she's going to say, well, you should have about we should have like about another 2 years or a year of a nest egg. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't know the account, but I'm pretty sure she's got a good idea of how much he makes.
Okay. So you're just going to have to, this is when you get in the lying game. Listen, man, we don't encourage lying on the MRA podcast if you're a new listener, but you've already put us in a bad situation. So normally we would tell you come clean and tell her straight out, but you've already done this. So you're already going to lose her. So you might as well figure out, this is a Hail Mary. I'm going to give you some of this lie game. You gotta know. Listen, writers know what people would say before they would say it, and good liars know too. You better know what she's going to say when you say this. Script out the whole conversation. Have every answer before she asks it. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do. I feel icky telling you that, but I'm trying to save your marriage, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, you're already, first of all, you're with the wrong woman, but that's not even the point. Because honestly, if you was with the right woman, you could tell her. The fact that you can't tell her lets you know you're with the wrong woman, dog. So you're on borrowed time anyway. So I'm going to try to help you get as long as you can, but you made a mistake.
Well, here's the thing about it, too. Kai says, should I tell her I lost my job? I'm afraid she's going to leave me. She's going to leave you because you lost your job or because you lost your job 9 months ago.
That's why he hasn't told her. He thinks she'll leave.
From just not having the gig?
Yes.
Ooh-wee, yeah. I'm with Kyle on this one.
Woman.
Yeah, man.
That's my point. Kamal, if I can't tell you that I lost my job as a friend, I'm talking about Kyle and Kamal, we shouldn't be friends.
Right. Oh, we were friends for the wrong reasons, right? You thought that basically I was only cool with you because, you know, your status and your job.
And that happens, Kamal, in show business.
Right. I'll say this, though, Kyle. The reason why I say he's got to tell his wife is because if wife wants to keep up with the Joneses and she knows who the Brett, you know, he's the guy that can get us there with the Joneses, she's going to make sure that he's employed. She's going to do what he can to put him back in that position because she wants a certain lifestyle. She's not going to leave him and settle for less unless she can get something else on the, you know, she's not about to like live in some apartment when she can just basically.
You're thinking like a man whose wife, as crazy as she is, we all love her, is down as hell.
Yeah.
You're thinking like a man who married a woman who's down to bury the body. Everybody ain't got a down to bury the body ass woman. That's where you messed up. You married a woman that wasn't down to bury the body, dog. And if you rolling with somebody that's not down to bury the body, you rolling with the wrong person.
Damn, in a dark alley, she ain't rolling up her sleeves. She's running, huh? She's leaving you there to fight.
You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Irby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encouraged divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Kamal, where can we find you?
Twitter and Instagram @AngryKamal.
I'm at Kyle Irby, KYLEERBY, at the MRA Podcast is our social. This is where you can reach us both. KyleIrby.com is where you can see some of the videos and commercials I've done. Get at me at any of them. The MRAPodcast.com is where you can hear all 118 episodes we've done, man. I want to send a shout out to my cousin who's resting in peace now, man. I can't, but it's weird to say it. You know what I mean? My cousin passed. James Lindsay Sr. My boy Big Game James' dad. He's married to my cousin Renee. They've been together since high school, dog. And he passed away this weekend, man. So, I know, man. Rest in peace, my dude. It's so weird to say it.
My man.
Yeah, man. And we dedicate this episode to you. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.